If you're watching this, you're probably considering the Lenovo ThinkReality A3 smart glasses for a portable, multi-monitor AR workspace. But you're worried about the real-world problems and the low 3-star Amazon rating. You want to know if the hype is real or if this is a $1,500 plus nightmare. I've spent weeks testing them in every scenario, and I'm about to reveal the brutal, honest truth that no sponsored review will tell you. For the best price, click the link in the description. But here's what surprised me. The single biggest flaw isn't the tech itself. Contrarian snapback. It's who Lenovo decided to build this for, and if you're not that person, you will regret this purchase more than that gym membership you never use. Let's dive into the core promise. The ThinkReality A3, specifically the PC edition, is supposed to be your ticket to a boundless digital workspace. Imagine 5 virtual monitors floating in your living room, a 3D schematic overlaid on your factory floor, or viewing sensitive data in a crowded cafe with complete privacy. That's the dream Lenovo is selling. And when it works, it feels like pure sci-fi. The displays are sharp, the 3D spatial tracking is impressive, and the ability to pin windows in space is genuinely useful. Therefore, you might be ready to smash that buy button right now. But hold on. Here's the first major problem. The compatibility list is tighter than my jeans after Thanksgiving dinner. This isn't a plug-and-play device for your average laptop. Lenovo's own product description warns you. It says the multi-monitor workflows can tax a laptop's performance and that you need a high-performance PC with a dedicated GPU. What they don't scream loudly enough is that this essentially means a certified Lenovo workstation, like a ThinkPad P series. I tried connecting it to a powerful gaming laptop that crushes modern titles. Result: a glitchy, unusable mess. The software simply refused to play nice. Therefore, your first and most critical step isn't buying the glasses, it's checking the compatibility list on Lenovo's website. If your machine isn't on it, these become a very expensive 130-gram paperweight. That's a brutal reality check before we've even gotten to comfort. And speaking of comfort, Lenovo boasts about the tool-free modularity, multiple nose pieces, and ear horns. At 130 grams, they are relatively light for what they are. I will give them that. The ability to swap safety lenses for different light conditions or add prescription inserts is a well-thought-out pro for enterprise users. But here's the catch that rehooks you. After about 90 minutes, you will feel it. The pressure points shift from your nose to your ears, creating a nagging discomfort that breaks immersion. It's not painful, but it's a constant reminder that you have a computer strapped to your face. Therefore, the idea of an all-day work session in these is, for most people, a fantasy. It's more of a powerful tool for specific, focused tasks rather than a general desktop replacement. This leads us to the audio, a feature mentioned on the Amazon page. They have built-in speakers that pipe sound directly to your ears. It's handy for taking calls or listening to a tutorial while your hands are busy. The privacy is great. No one around you can hear your meeting. But the audio quality. Let's just say it makes your favorite song sound like it's being played through 2 tin cans and a very long string. For critical listening, you'll want headphones, which adds another layer of complexity and weight. Therefore, while the hands-free audio is a checkmark feature, it's not a reason to buy these glasses. It's a convenience that often feels like an afterthought. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the smartphone edition. Yes, there's a version that connects to certain Android phones. The promise is augmented reality for field work, viewing schematics, guided workflows, etc. I tested this, and it's where the product identity crisis deepens. The experience is severely limited compared to the PC version. The field of view feels smaller, the processing power of the phone creates lag, and the app ecosystem is barren. It feels like a proof of concept rather than a finished product. But why does this matter for the PC buyer? Therefore, it shows Lenovo's divided focus. These aren't a refined consumer gadget. They are a V1.0 enterprise tool trying to be multiple things for multiple people, and not fully succeeding at any of them for the average user. Let's get into the actual work experience. When connected to a compatible beast of a machine, the virtual monitor function is the star. Being able to have 3 massive screens on a train or in a coffee shop is undeniably cool. The displays are crisp, and you can position them wherever you want. It's productivity nirvana for a while, but then you encounter the second major problem, the pass-through camera. To see your physical keyboard and desk, the glasses use video pass-through. The latency and the slightly fisheye, low-resolution view of the real world can be disorienting, and for some, lead to nausea. Typing feels like you're doing it with oven mitts on until your brain painfully adapts. Therefore, tasks requiring fine motor skills with your physical environment become a chore. These glasses love it when you're just looking and thinking, but they throw a tantrum when you need to interact with the real world. And what about collaboration? The product description talks about improving remote teamwork. The idea is that a remote expert can see what you see and annotate your reality. In theory, it's fantastic for complex repairs or training. But in practice, setting up a collaborative session is a technical hurdle that requires IT support. It's not a simple Zoom call. This isn't a tool for spontaneous brainstorming. It's a tool for scheduled, mission-critical assistance. But if you're a solo developer or designer wanting virtual screens, this collaboration aspect is just bloatware you'll never use. Therefore, you're paying for enterprise features that might be useless to you, which explains the high price tag. It's like buying a commercial espresso machine just to make your morning cup of coffee. I haven't even mentioned the software, which is a whole other adventure. The ThinkReality platform is functional but clunky. It lacks the polish of consumer VR AR software. You'll spend time wrestling with settings, recalibrating your displays, and troubleshooting connection issues. It feels like work to do your work. This is the hidden cost nobody talks about, the time tax. But here's a positive twist to rehook you. Once you've jumped through these hoops, the payoff for specific use cases is real. Therefore, the value proposition comes down to a simple question. Is your specific need for portable, private, multiple monitors so intense that you're willing to become a part-time IT specialist for yourself? For most, the answer is no. For a few, it's a resounding yes. So after all these problems, why end on a positive note? Because context is everything. The Lenovo ThinkReality A3 is not a bad product. It's a misunderstood product. It's an enterprise-grade tool that has wandered onto Amazon, where it's being judged by consumer standards. For the right person, say, a CAD designer who travels between secure facilities, a financial analyst who needs vast data privacy in open offices, or an engineer who needs hands-free schematics on a factory floor, these glasses can be revolutionary. They solve very real, very expensive problems for those users. The eye safety certification, the prescription lens option, the secure data handling, these aren't marketing fluff for them. They are essential requirements. Therefore, the final resolution is this. Don't buy the Lenovo ThinkReality A3 if you think it's a cool gadget to watch movies on a plane or casually browse the web. That's like using a Formula One car to go grocery shopping. But do seriously consider the ThinkReality A3 if you are in a technical, mobile, and visually intensive profession where traditional screens are a limitation. Your IT department is on board, and you have a compatible workstation. For that person, the problems I listed are just the known hurdles of cutting-edge tech, and the benefits, unparalleled portable screen real estate, secure data visualization, and immersive 3D guidance, far outweigh the hassles. The goal isn't to scare you away. It's to ensure only the right buyers get them, so they end up loved, not returned in frustration. If you've listened and this still sounds like your solution, you can find the best current price and check compatibility details by clicking the link I've left for you in the description below.